To be honest with you, I hope you have never explored it. I am giving you a content warning as there's one story that stands out among the rest. Brace yourself as we reveal the most shocking and disturbing tale from the dark web, building up to the climax of our video. Story 1, The Red Room. I remember the night I let curiosity get the best of me. It was a cold, silent evening, and I had been surfing the internet aimlessly. I had heard whispers about something called the Red Room on the dark web, a place where the vilest of human activities were supposedly streamed live. Despite the warnings, my curiosity overpowered my sense of caution. After navigating through endless links and hidden sites, I finally found myself on a page that sent chills down my spine. The screen was initially pitch black, and then a single line of text appeared. Welcome to the Red Room. Are you ready to witness true horror? I hesitated, my finger hovering over the mouse. I should have closed the browser, but instead, I clicked enter. The screen flickered, and a dimly lit room came into view. It was a small, windowless chamber, the walls stained with dark splatters that I could only assume were blood. In the center of the room, a man was bound to a chair, his eyes wide with terror, mouth gagged with a filthy cloth. His muffled whimpers sent a shiver down my spine. Then, a shadowy figure stepped into the frame, their face obscured by a grotesque mask. They carried a bag filled with what looked like medieval torture instruments. The figure spoke in a distorted voice, a chilling monotone that resonated through my speakers.
Welcome to tonight's show. Let the fun begin.
The torturer began their gruesome work. First, they pulled out a small knife and began carving into the man's skin. His muffled screams filled my room, and I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. I tried to close the browser, but my computer froze, trapping me in this nightmarish spectacle. Minutes turned into hours as the torturer moved from one horrifying act to another. They used pliers to rip out the man's fingernails, one by one. They poured a caustic liquid onto his open wounds, causing his skin to bubble and sizzle. All the while, the man's eyes remained wide open, filled with an agony I could scarcely comprehend. As the night dragged on, I felt my sanity slipping. The torturer finally paused, stepping out of frame for a moment. When they returned, they were holding a large, rusted saw. My heart pounded in my chest as they approached the man, positioning the saw at his neck. I wanted to look away, but I was frozen in place, my eyes glued to the screen. The torturer began to saw, slowly and methodically. Blood sprayed across the room, coating the walls and the torturer's mask. The man's body convulsed violently before finally going limp. I could hear the sound of the saw grinding against bone, a nauseating crunch that echoed in my mind long after the feed went black. When it was over, the screen went dark, and a message appeared. Thank you for watching. See you next time. I shut down my computer, my hands trembling. I sat in silence, trying to process what I had just witnessed. I felt a deep sense of guilt and shame for having been a part of such horror, even as a spectator. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the man's face, his eyes pleading for mercy. I heard his screams, felt his pain. I knew I could never unsee what I had seen. The Red Room had left a permanent scar on my psyche, a grim reminder of the darkest depths of human depravity. In the days that followed, I tried to forget. I deleted my browsing history, wiped my hard drive, and vowed never to venture into the dark web again. But the nightmares persisted. I would wake up in a cold sweat, the sound of the saw still ringing in my ears. One day, I received an email from an unknown sender. The subject line read, "Welcome back." My heart raced as I opened it. There was a single line of text. "Did you enjoy the show? We have more for you." Attached was a link to the Red Room. I deleted the email, but the damage was done. I knew they were watching, waiting for me to return. The dark web had ensnared me, and there was no escape. The Red Room was always there, lurking in the shadows, ready to drag me back into its nightmarish depths. As I share this story, I hope it serves as a warning. Curiosity can lead to unimaginable horrors. The dark web is not a place for the faint of heart. If you value your sanity, stay away from the Red Room. Some doors, once opened, can never be closed.